Okay, good morning all of you, and let's get started with today's class. Triangle proportionality theorem. A line parallel to one side of triangle intersects the other two sides, then it divides the two sides proportionally. Supposing I have a line parallel to one side of the triangle. So here I have a line QS which is parallel to TU in a triangle. Then this particular lines divide the intersecting sides proportionally. It divides QR and SR such that RT over QT will be equal to RU over US. If TU is parallel to QS, then RT over TQ will be equal to RU over US. Okay. This is your first theorem of triangle proportionality, and it's called as triangle proportionality theorem. If there is a line that is parallel to one side of the triangle and intersects the other two sides, then it divides the two sides proportionally. We'll see a few problems based on them. But let's see the next slide. The converse of triangle proportionality theorem says that if I have a line such that it divides two sides of triangle proportionally, supposing I have a line TU such that it divides the side RQ and SR proportionally, that is, if I have RT over QT equals to RU over SU, then by converse of triangle proportionality, I can say that line TU is parallel to QS. I can say that line TU is parallel to QS. Okay. What I'll do is I'll give you like 30 seconds to note down this theorem and 30 seconds to note down that, and then we will move on to the next slide. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. Two more triangle proportionality theorems. These are also called as triangle proportionality theorem. Those were the first triangle proportionality theorem. This is also triangle proportionality theorem. So let's see this particular theorem. If we have three parallel lines intersect two transversal, okay, I have three parallel lines, parallel line R, parallel line S, and parallel line T. They are indicated with red arrows. And two transversals, line L and line M. Then they divide the transversals proportionally. These three parallel lines divides the transversals proportionally. That is UW over WY will be equal to VX over XZ. Okay. Let's see one more. If a ray bisects, okay, this was your second triangle proportionality theorem. That was first one, the converse you saw. This is second triangle proportionality theorem. This is the third one. If a ray bisects, if I have a ray that bisects an angle of triangle, then it divides the opposite sides into segment whose lengths are proportional to the lengths of the other two sides. Okay. What does that mean is, supposing I have this as a ray which bisects angle C such that angle ACD equals angle DCB, then AD over DB will be equal to CA over CB. AD over DB will be equal to CA over CB. This is your third triangle proportionality theorem. So just note on these two as well. I'll give you 30 seconds each on that, and then we will see problems based on that. Note down this. Okay, let's move on to next slide and see a few problems based on these theorems. Okay, I'll help you with the first few and then give you chance on the others. Find the length of each segment. Firstly, they are asking us AG. Okay. And we have this to be 3, this to be 4, this to be 6, this to be 4. Okay. We have just observe only triangle AFC. If you observe triangle AFC, I have these two, FC is parallel to GB. I can apply first triangle proportionality theorem and say that AG over GF will be equal to AB over BC. AB over BC by first triangle proportionality theorem. The sides that the parallel line intersects are going to be proportional. Substitute whatever we have. I don't have the value of AG. Let me call this as X. I have the value of GF, which is 4, and AB, which is going to be 4, and BC is 6. Okay. One thing is you can cross multiply and simplify, but the easier way is just to multiply 4 on both the sides. Multiply 4 on both the sides and you'll get the value of X, because these 4 in the numerator and denominator will get crossed out. So you'll have X equals 4 times 4 divided by 6. That is 4 times 4 is 16. 16 divided by 6. Okay. So further that is going to be, you can do, you'll get a decimal number because 16 is not divisible by 6. So let's try with 2. 2 times 3, 2 times 8. So 8 over 3. Or you can write it in mixed fraction like this. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2. Or in decimal, if you want to write, 8 over 3 is going to be 2.6. I'll round up to third decimal, 2.667. Okay, that's your AG. Let's see FE. Okay, so I have now to find FE. I have the value of X, which is 4. X, which is 2.667. So let me fill this as 2.667. And I need the value of FE. FE, for finding FE, let's write the proportionality. Once again, I have the line FC parallel to ED. A triangle ADE this time, because I can't take EG BD. I have to take triangle AED. In this triangle I have FC parallel to ED, which means I can say that AF over FE will be equal to AC over CD. So here I can say, using first triangle proportionality theorem, AF over FE will be equal to AC over CD. Substitute the value of AF. AF is going to be AG plus GF, which is going to be 4 plus 2.667, which is 6.667 is your AF. And FE, I don't have the value of FE, so I'll just leave it as it is, FE. Then AC is going to be once again 4 plus 6, which is 10. And CD is going to be 5. We are going to simplify it to find the value of FE. Before we cross multiply, I can do here 5 times 2 as 10. And I have 2 over 1 and 6.667 over FE. If I cross multiply, I'll have 6.667 equals 2 times FE. Then divide by 2 on both sides to get the value of FE. So 6.667 divided by 2 gives us 3.33 3, 3, 3. Let's see to what it routes to actually. Okay, it's just 3.333. That's your FE. Okay, you have to find FC and FD. Okay, all of you just try to find the value of FC and ED. Sorry, FC and ED. You are using the other triangle proportionality theorem. You need to find FC and ED. They have given you GB. Okay, I'll give you help in 30 seconds. So try to find FC and ED. I can give you a small hint here. You know that triangle AGB is similar to triangle AFC because I have this particular angle. Just giving you a small hint. I already have angle A congruent to itself in both the triangle, and angle G is going to be congruent to angle F. By AA triangle similarity, triangle AGB is similar to triangle AFC. So therefore their sides are also going to be proportional. I can say that FC over GB will be equal to AC over AB. For FC, the corresponding side is GB will be equal to AC over AB. Okay, use this hint and complete and find FC, at same way I want you to find even ED. Okay, you have like a minute. Okay, you have to either apply proportionality theorem or you'll have to apply any of the previous learned concepts. In this case, it's easily that you can see that these two triangles are similar. Triangle AGB is similar to triangle AFC. AFC, yes. So therefore, their sides will be proportional. I can write FC over GB. These are the sides corresponding to two arcs and no arc. FC and over GB will be equal to, pick up the any other side which has been given, AC over AB. AC over AB. And now let's substitute and simplify. I think it should come up to 7.5. FC is not given, so just leave it as FC itself. And GB is 3. AC is going to be AB plus BC, which is 4 plus 6, that is 10, divided by AB, which is 4. Okay, so FC is going to be finally multiplied by 3 on both sides to get your FC. Okay, and you will have 10 over 4 times 3, which is 7.5. Okay, same way, all of you try ED. I'll give you another minute. Please complete ED. Let's see if you can get that correctly. Okay, on this one, okay, we are interested in finding ED. Let's apply same concept of triangle similarity. I have triangle AGB similar to triangle AED because already A is congruent to itself and angle G is going to be congruent to E once again. So I can say that triangle AGB is similar to triangle AED. I have AGB similar to triangle AED. Okay, the corresponding sides, I am interested in ED, right? So ED over corresponding to ED, I have GB, so I write ED over GB will be equal to AD over AB. AD over AB. Let's substitute the values. I don't have the value of ED, so leave that as it is. GB is 3. ED over 3 equals, I have the value of AD, which is 4 plus 6, that is 10. 10 plus 5, that is 50. Over AB, which is 4. Okay. Multiply by 3 on both sides. So 15 times 3 divided by 4 will be our final answer, and that will give us ED as 11.25. If you simplify, you should have ED as 11.25. Okay, please work out these type of problems. Let's see the next one. Solve for x. This time we can apply triangle proportionality theorem. I'll help you with a couple of them, and then you can try the couple of more. Okay, based on triangle proportionality theorem, when we have three parallel lines that are cutting the transversals, they cut the transversals such that the transversals portions are proportional. What does that mean is 5x over 3x will be equal to 8x over 60. And you are solving for x. These x will get crossed out. Multiply by 60 on both sides. You will have 60 times 5 over 3. Which is 100. And 100 divided by 8. Finally, if I simplify, I'll get x as 12.5. Okay. 60 times 5 over 3 gives us 100. And dividing by 8 gives me x as 12.5. Okay. Let's try this one too. This is a little challenging problem, so I want you all to pay attention. This is based on your third triangle proportionality theorem. Whenever we have a ray or a side that bisects, then we can apply the third triangle proportionality theorem. It says that the sides, this particular side whole is 20, this is x. So this particular side, only this one, is going to be 20 minus x. I can say that ratio of 20 minus x over x will be equal to their corresponding sides. Corresponding to 20 minus x, I have 11. And corresponding to x, I have 14. I just have to simplify this to get the value of x. So cross multiply. So I'll have 14 times 20 minus x equals 11 times x. 14 times 20 is nothing but 280 minus 14x equals 11x. Add 14x on both sides. So I'll have 280 equals 11 plus 14 is 25. 280 equals 25x. So 280 divided by 25 gives us the value of x as 11.2. So I get x equals 11.2. Okay, this was based on the second and third triangle proportionality theorem. Okay, now using your converse of triangle proportionality theorem, you are supposed to determine whether or not they are parallel, and if so, which one. Okay, You have to tell yes or no for each of these. Okay, I'll give you like a minute or so. Use your chat and tell me whether they are parallel, the first and second. As you all said, absolutely. For line DE and BC to be parallel, this should be true. Based on the converse, these proportions should be equal. AD over DB should be equal to AE over EC. So substitute and see if that is true. 7 over 2 equals 8 over 3. Is it true? Let's check. 7 over 2 is nothing but 3.5, and 8 over 3 is nothing but 2.667. This is not equal, right? 3.5 is not equal to 2.667. So therefore, not parallel. Okay. Let's check. No parallel lines, that's all I'll say. On this one, AD over DB should also be equal to AE over EC. Let's substitute and check. AD was 6, DB was 9. AE was 4, EC was 6. 6 divided by 9 is 0.6 repetitives. And say 4 divided by 6 is 0.6 repetitive. They are both equal, so you can say yes. We have parallel lines. DE is parallel to segment DE is parallel to segment BC. Okay. Let's move on to the next slide. Determine the values of the variable so that DE is parallel to BC. I'll do the first one, then give you a chance to work on the second one. To make these two lines DE parallel to BC, I should have AE over EB should be equal to AD over DC. Okay, let's substitute. AE was x minus 4 and EB was 8. AD is 12 and DC is 6. Simplify this up further. 12 divided by 6 equals 2. And I have x minus 4 over 8. Multiply by 8 on both sides. So if I multiply by 8, this 8 will get crossed out. 2 times 8 is 16. And then add both 4 on both sides to get x equals 20. Okay, that's your first one. I want you all to try the second one. I'll give you like a minute, then we will go over the answer. I think majority of you got the correct answers, but let's check them. We should have AD over DC should be equal to AE over EB. So I'm directly substituting rather than writing this, but AD over DC should be equal to AE over EB. So AD is nothing but 18. Okay, AD over DC, that is your x minus 4 will be equal to AE over EB, that is 15 over x minus 5. Okay, we have to cross multiply to get 18 times of x minus 5 will be equal to 15 times of x minus 4. Let's simplify further to get 18x, and 5 times 18 is 90, so negative 90 here, and this is 15x, and 15 times 4 is 60. Okay, further subtract 15x on both sides. And add 90 on both sides. Okay, you'll have 3x equals 30. Dividing by 3 on both sides, I get x equals 10. Which majority if you had, and that's right. Okay, let's try the last one on this slide. You take a picture of a painting at an art gallery. The painting is above eye level. Okay, this is your eye level. And you frame the painting so the top and bottom match up with the top and bottom of your viewfinder. Okay, your camera's autofocus feature focuses at the height of the angle bisector shown. Your camera's autofocus feature focuses at the height of the angle bisector shown in the diagram. How far from the bottom of the painting is the focus? We want to find this particular height. I don't have this height, but I want to find this. And I have been given this particular angles are equal. This is the point of focus from the bottom. Okay, I want to find this height, but the total height is 52. So if this is h, this is going to be 52 minus h. And I can apply my third triangle proportionality theorem, which says that whenever we have angle bisectors, there is a proportionality 52 minus h over h. These two sides will be proportional to corresponding their sides in the triangle. That is here 92, and in this case it is 68. We can further cross multiply and get the value of h. 68 times of 52 minus h equals 92 times h is 92. So let's see 68 times 52, which gives us 3536 minus 68h equals 92h. Then add 68h on both sides to get 160h equals 3536. 3536 equals 160h. Dividing by 160 on both sides, I get h as 22.1. And the units were inches, so inches. So it should be at the height. The focus is at 22.1 inches from the bottom. From bottom of the picture. Okay, let's see the next slide. That's the last slide. Then I'll give you time to work asynchronously. Given GB is parallel to FC and ED is parallel to FC. Prove that triangle ABG is similar to triangle ADE. I'll just write the proof for you all, and statements and reasons. Let me start with whatever is given. I've been given GB is parallel to FC, which is parallel to ED. That is given. In the next step, I can say that angle BAG is congruent to angle EAD. By reflexive, I'm speaking about the same angle. By reflexive property of angle similarity. Reflexive property of angle congruence. If you want to be extremely accurate, or you can just say reflexive property. Then next, if these slides are parallel, If GB is parallel to FC and FC is parallel to ED, it means GB is parallel to ED also, right? GB is parallel to ED. Okay. If GB is parallel to FC, FC is parallel to ED, by transitive property I can say GB is parallel to ED. And I can say that these two angles are also congruent. These two will form the corresponding angles, right? Angle AGB is congruent to angle AED. Corresponding angle pair postulate. And finally, I have two angles that are congruent in both the triangles. I can say triangle ABG and ADE are congruent. Triangle ABG is, similar, not congruent. Triangle ABG is similar to triangle ADE. ABG is similar to ADE by angle similarity. By AA similarity, which we had studied in previous class. Whenever we have two angles that are similar to two angles in the other triangle, then both the triangles are similar. Okay, I've done this proof. I want you all to utilize the rest of the class time to work asynchronously on triangle proportionality worksheet, which is going to be due by next class period. Okay, check for the due date accurately, which is published on the hub, and try to turn it. It's a completion grade, but I'll not be giving much flexibility in this particular semester. As I've told, I'll be strict with the deadlines, and late policies will be thoroughly practiced when it comes to grades. So turn it exactly whenever it's a due. Okay, so you have rest of the class time to work on this.